Welcome back to the channel, it's Andy. We're back with FM26. Today I'm going to play my very first match in the brand new game. Of course, the beta has now been out for a few days, and in the last video we went into the game for the first time. I basically played until I hit the continue button, so it gave us a good amount of time with the brand new user interface. And I think the overriding opinion is that there's a lot of promise, but I think that promise is quite a way away. I think there's still a lot of work to do with this brand new interface with Unity, and I don't see any immediate fix. You know, there's going to be bugs, there's going to be glitches, but beyond that, you know, Unity's here to stay. You know, they've been at least working on Unity for a good 5 years, maybe even thinking about it longer, so it's not going away. So I don't see there being a quick fix. I do think the game is a little bit of a mess. I think it's a bit, well, it's confusing. You know, it's a lot to learn with a brand new UI, but I don't think they've really done themselves or us any favors. Despite the fact there was no game released last year, I don't think this game is ready. But the thing I'm looking forward to most is the match day, because it looks a lot better graphically. There's still going to be some bits missing, like touchline shouts have gone, for example. But the way we're going to find out how it is if we do it. So we're going to play our first game today. It's the Community Shield, Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. And we're going to go into it and see what we can do. So this is the setup that I've kind of got at the moment. It might change, but I think this is kind of what we're going for at the moment. We do have a bit of a situation at right back though with injuries. So do we have anyone that can play right back? So at the moment we're looking like playing Szoboszlai at right back, which is what Slot's been doing this season. Szoboszlai is strangely our best right back because Frimpong hasn't really performed and he's been a bit injury prone. And who's the other guy? Connor Bradley. Where's Connor Bradley? Is he injured as well? I think he's injured as well. He hasn't been at his best either. So that's a bit of concern. When already off the bat here, I'm doing a quick pick and it's not populating my team at all. What's going on there? Okay, I can't do a quick pick. What on... Hello? Right, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. Oh. Crashed. Brilliant. Why did it crash? Well, we're off to a brilliant start. We're on the team selection screen and the game's crashed on me, so things are going brilliantly. Brutal honesty, I see myself refunding this game because I don't see myself playing it year round. Like, I've got 1,000+ hours on previous iterations of it on FM, including FM24, and I just don't see myself playing this game for as long as that. But then also, has it just gone again? No, it hasn't. But also, there was no FM25. I've been enjoying playing other games. So maybe it's just maybe I've just, well, not growing out of FM, but I've been playing it for such a long time. Maybe an extended break away from the game will be beneficial because, as I say, it's allowed me to play other games that I've had for a long time that I've never actually touched. So that's a good thing in itself. But I don't know. The game just feels a bit empty to me, a bit soulless. I mean, well, that's from the UI. You know, it's brand new. There's some things that have potential, but ultimately it just feels a bit lifeless. But if we can actually get into a match in this video, then we'll see if that changes things or not. Also, I missed the sidebar. Going back to the user interface, I missed the sidebar. You have got bookmarks up here, and the fact that you can put your own in there is good, but they're far too small. They're far, far too small. One of the ones I put on there is responsibilities, because trying to find your staff responsibilities is extremely difficult. It's not in the staff screen. So if we go to club and staff, like, this is all you get. Your coaching team, your recruitment team. So what I ended up doing, how did I get there? Did I type it in the search bar? I think I typed it in the search bar. I don't actually remember how I got there, but I've added it as a bookmark, so now it'll be easier for me to get to. Okay, let's do another quick pick. It's still putting Joe Gomez at right back, but oh, he can actually play. Okay, he's passed a fitness test. That is very misleading that he's red there. So Gomez can actually play. We'll leave him in there then. That's fine. I'm not going to mess around too much with the tactic. I just want to get into a game. But Alisson's in goal. Robertson's at left back. We've got Van Dijk and Canate in the middle with Gomez on the right. Gravenberch playing as a box-to-box playmaker with Jones as a DLP. That's Curtis Jones. Wirtz has a bit of a free role in that number 10 spot. I put him as free role. So he can be creative, but he's kind of got a bit of creative freedom. Gakpo's on the left as an inside forward. Salah out on the right as a winger. Ekitike up front as a channel forward. And on the bench, we've got Mamadashvili, we've got Kirkes, we've got Dominic Soboslai, Chiesa, Leone, Endo, Engamoa, a very good youngster. Other than that, though, we're missing some pretty big players. Like I'm not seeing Connor Bradley, I'm not seeing Isak, and I don't have anything filtered out. I do now. Are they here now? Here they are. So yeah, Bradley's out, Frimpong's out, McAllister's out, Isak's out. We've got some injury concerns. So this is the team. We'll see how we do. I do want to go into instructions, actually. Where are they? Team instructions. Here we go. So this is what we've got going as well. We've got higher tempo. We've got more expressive. And then sort of out of possession. We're going for a high press, high defensive line. A bit of a trigger press, a counter press. So that's kind of what we've got going there as well. We've got a few instructions littered in there. Where's opposition instructions? Advice? Team report opposition. Here we go. Team analysis, there's nothing there because there's been no games played. That makes sense. Okay, I don't know. Oh, instant results on here, which is good because that was only available on a custom skin. But where is opposition instructions? Upcoming match. Okay, so oh, this is something. So this is our assistant manager. We should push much higher up. I'm not going to push much higher. Lack work rate. Play through the press. What does that mean? Play through the press. Do it for next match. Why not? Won't attack down the left. Work the ball into the box. Yeah, we'll do that. That I think that's low crosses. Here's our opposition instructions then. So you have to individually click all of these. You can't just go take suggestions. Really? I mean, I'm going to suggest all these because I always take their assistant opposition instructions. But you can't just say, like, suggest opposition instructions, seemingly. Not that I could see anyway. Again, it takes some getting used to. Things are going to be in different places. But it just feels a little bit of a mess. I can't see any players here. Predicted lineup. Okay, so it's kept those on there. That's fine. Ask assistant. There we go. Right, address the team. Here's our team talk. Now, there's no outstretched arms, no throw in the bottle, anything like that, it seems. I can't see that at all. We've got hand over, so we can give it to another coach. But we don't. We just have these options. We haven't got any additional like mannerisms or gestures. We'll say all the best out there. Have fun. We'll do all these. But yeah, you just have these selections. So they introduced the like outstretched arms on whatever. It must have been about FM 18 or 19 maybe. Something like that. They're gone. Right, here we go. So we've got the team sheets. The players on the pitch. Of course, if we've got the Premier League, we'll have the sort of Prem licenses. The grounds look better. The pitch looks good. The rain looks good as well. So, I mean, graphically, yeah, this does look better. We're underway. Let me just change the camera to something a bit more ideal. So we've got 2D classic. We've got behind the goal. We've got broadcast. I think we'll keep broadcasts. Tactical. We've got sidelines. Vertical scrolling. Let's try tactical. Highlights. I know. Right. So dynamic modes. I did see, and I quite like that. So it's a smart mode which selects modes depending on context, e.g. more highlights at the end of a cup final. So if there's going to be fewer highlights, it will show you less highlights. But I thought that was the whole point of key highlights. So whatever. Let's turn it off. Let's go key highlights. Match speed during highlights. Let's put it up a bit faster. We'll leave that one as it is. Show replays, yes. Graphics quality, we've got balanced at the moment. You know, there's stuff about like the specs you need for this game, and not that much higher as they were for FM24. We'll leave the match sounds on and just see how this sounds. Right, so there's that. And then we've got tactics. Brings this up, that's fine. So we can make changes here. We can do instructions. There's no shouts. So here's our team instructions in and out of possession. There's our mentality. So there's a lot less information on the pitch, but you can't bring in like, you can't put your match stats on one side or your scores in other games maybe on this screen, it seems. But you'll see those in the I guess the bits in between highlights. You'll be able to see scores from other games. Let's say you're in the last day of the season and you want to see how the other teams are doing. You've got to do those between the highlights, but I think that was already on the game before. Where are opposition instructions? That's really handy. You can't scroll these, but it does zoom the pitch in and out as well. That's really handy. Thank you, game. Tactics. Opposition instructions. Here we go. Ask assistant. I think we've already got that cleared. Now, how do you come out of this? Cancel. There we go. Cancel. Right. Okay. I think we're set up. Let's watch some football, shall we? Anything else that we can do? This is where you find your highlights. Okay. Right. Let's see what's happening. Let's watch the game, shall we? I can't really do anything unless I want to make tactical changes. So no shouts every 10 minutes. So I don't really know what to do with my hands. Also, right, I need to change this pitch camera because I don't like this one. Salah's on the ball here, making the run into the channel, and he's got Ekitike ahead of him. He's got Gomez in support as well. Here's Wirtz, and here's Salah. And Salah goes for goal. Dean Henderson forced into a save. I don't like this camera. Let's go. Let's try the broadcast camera. The issue with this is we can't change the height or the zoom. So, yeah, we'll stick with this camera for a bit. Let's see what this one's like. Okay, so we have got a view behind Robertson here, which I like. Corner goes in. No one really challenges it. It's with Dean Henderson again. Let's see what happens here. He's holding onto the ball. Takes it long. And Van Dijk wins it in the air, but only goes as far as Adam Wharton. Here's Munoz. Really like Munoz as a player, but he's been beaten by Robertson there. But Robertson immediately gives it away again. We win the ball in the air. Here's Ekitike. Nice ball to Gravenberch, and here's Gakpo to Curtis Jones. Robertson, beats the man. That's good. Gravenberch's got some space to move into here. Goes forward to Ekitike, who has a shot at goal, but it's just over. No complaints about the match engine. I'd like to be able to do shouts because they did actually have an impact. If you have a look at our players' happiness at the moment, they're all very neutral. At this point, if we didn't encourage shout, they'd all be happy. So I don't want to hear people saying that shout didn't do anything, because they did. You encourage when you're trying to get a goal. You demand more if you really need a goal. You praise if you're winning by a couple of goals. You know, they worked. They worked for me at the very least. Corner for Palace here. And it's headed away by Van Dijk. Here's Tyrick Mitchell. And he puts a cross away, but Kanate clears it away only as far as Gehi. And Gehi's got through here, and it's saved by Alisson. Tells you how many subs you've got left at the bottom. What does this... that's how you can see who's on your bench. Okay. So 6 subs, but again, there's only 3 opportunities to make subs. 3 sub windows. Much as the same as it is in the competition anyway. Seeing a lot of highlights early on here. I mean, this is key highlights, and there's actually been like a couple of chances, which is a good thing for us. Here's Wirtz, but no one's ahead of him. Where the hell is Ekitike? He was sat way too deep. Wirtz was the furthest player forward then, and he wasn't even in the box. So there we go. Time is ticking away here. We can see the 2D classic view here, which I don't really understand. Like, what does that add? I mean, let me just pause it here. We can see what's going on here. So we can see Palace is set up with a 4-3-2-1. We've got the dugout. So that's our assistant manager. We've got some Some match stats here, some match momentum, and an XG graph. Match events, nothing's happening. Latest scores, so that will give you the scores in other competitions, so that's good, but I'd like it to be a bit bigger. I would hope that you could like expand these. But it looks like, okay, you can at least click on them. So that's something. This is our formation and out of possession as well. Can we see their out of possession formation? Okay, it's very much the same. And then their match ratings as well. So there's lots of information on the screen. I just don't really know what this 2D view really adds, because there's nothing going on. So I don't really understand what that adds if you're not seeing any key highlights. You can see the shapes, but you know what system they're playing from the formation. So I don't really know what that adds. Okay, we've had a while without any highlights, but here's one here, about midway through the first half. Here's Andy Robertson on the ball. No dugout events up here. Jones has got some space to move into here, but that's not a good pass. And now Palace on the break again here. Mateta out wide to Mitchell. And the number 11, Salah, is tracking back. And, well, Uche had a shot there, but he drags it wide. I really would like an opportunity to do a shout. Because, to be honest, I don't feel like the manager at the moment. It looks good. It looks really good. But I don't feel like I'm managing this side. I feel like I'm a spectator. And that's not what Football Manager should be. Chance here maybe. Ekatike. He's got players ahead of him. Goes for goal. Again, it's speculative. We need to try and get inside that box. I don't know. Have we actually had a touch inside their box yet? And is there a way that we can find that out? There's another chance here for Palace. Another set piece. And it's Yeremy Pino that's on it. And another chance goes wide. Palace have been the better team. They've had fewer shots on target, the same now, but they should probably have a goal by now. Possession's about the same. Can we get some more stats? Okay, we can. Advanced stats. Okay, we've got some XG and stuff. That's okay. I'm going to get a half time though, and then we can maybe have a bit more of a breakdown of what's been happening. But I'm not. There's some bits that I'm not seeing. It's half time. So we've got our match stats here. So Palace should probably have a goal by now. We haven't really looked great despite having a few shots on target. Offside, key stats, distance covered. There's not as much information as I'd like. We've got match momentum there. And an XG graph story. But where's your heat maps? Where's your action areas? Where's your pass maps? We haven't got any of that. So there should really be more information available to you, but it's very basic. You know, I am disappointed. That's fired them up, but again, we should be able. It took a long time for the match to get going. Then we should be able to do shouts. I don't see why that was taken out, because, you know, I used them and they did have an impact. Are we going to kick off or not? Hello? And also, you can't click on a player to see who it is. You can't do that either. Why have we not... If this game crashes again, I'll give up. Can I start the second half, please? Tactical changes pending. We'll take change. I'd like to start the second half, please. Well, that was delayed as well. I think this game's going to crash again. Confirm changes. Mate, I just want to start the second half. I did the team talk. I can't start the second half. I can't hear anything either. I can't hear fans. Can I instant result? Right, we're out of the game. Couldn't play the second half. It just wouldn't play. What's going on? Oh, we won. Yay, Salah scored. I didn't... Can I see the goal, please? Can you... What does this do? What's that? Oh, that's the Community Shield. Okay. Can I see the goal, please? If you're not going to show me the second half, at least show me the goal that won us the Community Shield. I won my first trophy on FM26 and I can't see it. Okay, we've got a time in the top at the least. That's good. Robertson's on, even though I subbed him for Kirkes at half time, like at start second half. It didn't count it. Okay, it was a header. That was the goal that won us the Community Shield, but I couldn't watch it. Why couldn't we watch the second half? What did I was that something I did? I mean, it was, but I don't even know. This game's a mess. And I've seen lots of people say as well that this user interface has console players in mind, and I totally accept that more people are playing on console these days than there ever were before, but I still feel like the hardcore players still play on PC. There might be fewer of us, but I will almost guarantee that we have more playtime than those that play on console. And it feels like we've been swept to the side to basically make a game that's not for us anymore. It's disappointing. And I'm not going to buy it on console because I don't see how that's going to be any better. We've got 10 tasks, 10 things now in our portal. Only one actual task, which is an offer for Cohen Doherty, I think. I'll reject it. We've got a scouting update. Yeah, we're going to sign Lewandowski. Of course we are, because that's what we need, another striker. So I haven't really looked at scouting at all, but I don't even know if I'll get that far. If we can't even get through a full 90-minute match without the game having issues, then I've got no chance when it comes to scouting and transfers. What use is signing players if you can't watch them play? I'm going to try again. We've got our first league game of the season on a Friday night against Bournemouth. Fun fact, I actually went to that game. That was my very first fixture at Anfield. I had an absolutely terrific time. I'm glad that I went then when we were winning games, not now when we're losing 4 in a row. See, I've got all this portal stuff, and honestly, I've got no interest in clicking any of it. We've got some tactical advice. We've got some loan updates. We've got more transfer offers, but honestly, I can't be asked. I really can't be asked. We've got a press conference for the game against Bournemouth, I imagine. I was going to click the positive one every time. We can't do anything else. I don't know how I'm expected to know what each of these training icons mean. I've got no idea. I'll be travel. There's a plane. Travel. Isak's got a partial past fitness test, but he's still not going to be fit enough. Bradley's still out. Right, let's try and actually play a full match this time, shall we? Is our team selection. Oh, here we go. Team shape. Anything that we need to change. I mean, Ekatike had a really bad game, but Isak's not fit enough to play. I'll keep the same starting 11. Something else as well. I'm used to having this all the way over here. You cannot drag and drop the column in the view, which is absolutely obscene. So you can't drag and drop your views. So the creators that make the custom squad views, I bet they're having a whale of the time at the moment. Right, here we go. It's our first Premier League game of the season. So, of course, the league licenses are going to be a thing here. So we'll see how they look as well. Okay, we've got a league table. That's nice. It's the first game of the season, so everyone's got 0 points. But that's a nice touch. Okay. That's good. And we've got, I say, the Premier League stuff. Here we go. So we've got the match ball. The camera's flying around a bit, which is a bit weird. Texture-wise, if I had a better computer, it would look better. You've got loads of faceless fans in the crowd. But no, this is nice. I've got the kits. The custom kit packs or from Sorda SI, links in the description. Okay. Again, the pitch looks good. It's fine as long as you're actually able to get into a match. And finish a match as well, because we couldn't get past half time against Crystal Palace. And again, I don't feel like I'm managing this team because I can't do anything on the touchline. I can't shout. I can make tactical changes, but I don't feel like the manager. Okay, we have our first highlight. Possible first chance of the game. Salah, who got the goal in the Community Shield, puts a cross in there, but it's partially cleared. Jones now to Van Dijk, who stayed forward. Here's Andy Robertson. Kanate to Curtis Jones, and Chiesa has a shot at goal, but it's offside. I mean, the players look better, but of course you can't use the players' likeness because of image rights and copyright. But the players at least look better than they did as well. I like how it looks. I just like to actually, I'd rather just get into a game. That was outside the area, so that won't be a penalty. I want to spend as much time in a match as possible because I don't want to have to deal with the mess that's the user interface. And even in those matches, they might look good, but I don't feel like the manager. We're being sort of pegged back here by Bournemouth. That's a good ball. Salah. Gravenberch. Oh, Salah tripped over then. Again, I think that was outside of the... Oh, no, it's a penalty. I think it looked outside of the box, but we'll see what the VAR decision is. Penalty has been given. Right, so at least we're going to see a penalty kick now. We'll see what this camera angle looks like. Salah is presumably going to take it. Looks like we're going to get this angle, but we might get a replay from behind. Salah, it's a goal. It's 1-0 with 20 minutes on the clock. We'll see if we get a replay, maybe behind the goal. Behind the player, rather. Let's see. No, it's just the same camera angle, but that's all right. That's fine. Here's Florian Wirtz to Ekitike. Salah goes for goal. Just, oh, it's a corner. Thought that was wide, but Petrovic caught into action again. Okay, half time. We're leading 1-0. We're playing well. We deserve this lead, and we probably should have a second, if anything. So, address the team. Half-time team talk. With control possession. Good. Okay. Second half. What the fuck? It's done it again. Tremendous match so far. Yeah, I know it has been. Can we play the rest of it, please? This is exactly the same thing that happened. What is right? Let me go on, I don't know, SI forums or anything and see if anyone else is having the same problems here. Game stuck at half time. This is Sports Interactive Community Forums. I finished my team talk and it shows the players on the pitch about to take kickoff, but nothing happens. The fans and ad boards are moving. Also, every time the ball goes out of play, no matter if it's a highlight or not, the game stops for about 10 seconds. Yeah, so this is I guess a known issue. These guys are like, are they changing tactics? Did this guy change tactics? Because I didn't even do that this time. So this is a known issue, but people have been making tactical changes and then their players freeze. But I didn't even make any changes. I did a team talk, came out for the second half, and it doesn't work. So this game is unplayable. This game is unplayable. Right. Instant result. What an absolute disaster. What an absolute clusterfuck of a game. They delay FM25 to March. They announce pre-orders for FM25 for them only to then tell us that the game wasn't ready and it's going to be cancelled, and then go silent for what, 6 months for the most part, completely silent online. They bring us FM26 after cancelling FM25, and we're presented with this. We're up 4-0, by the way, so that's good. They go silent, they announce FM26, and we're presented with this. Miles Jacobson. Oh, great. I can't close this. Attend press conference. Miles Jacobson should be kicked out of Sports Interactive. Seriously. He should have been when FM25 was cancelled. He should have resigned. And if it doesn't go now, then there's something seriously wrong. They didn't have to go to Unity. They didn't have to do it. And now they've done it, and there's no way back. They cannot go back from Unity after having, what, at least been thinking about it and working on it since 2020, possibly? There's no going back. They've ruined their own game. And they've ruined it for millions of players around the world. I don't even know what else I can say. This is an absolute mess of a game. You've got a user interface that feels soulless, empty, with things that are extremely difficult to find, that just looks dull. You've got a graphics and match engine which looks amazing, but you can't complete a match without it freezing. It's an insult to women's football, which has been dragged into this mess. It is not at all the fault of the introduction of women's football. This mess is because they decided to change the user interface and the graphics engine using Unity. And this is something that people should have been excited about. And now we've got the pre-release beta, and it's just an absolute mess. And, you know, we've still got like a week and a half until the full game comes out. As if that's going to be enough time to fix the mess that this game is. There is no way back for this game. It's going to fix some bugs, but it's still going to be an absolute mess. I've literally just sat in silence for like 3 minutes because I'm just absolutely shocked at how bad this game is that you can't even get through a full match without it crashing. The less time I spend on this user interface, the better. And then when you get to a match, you can't even finish it. It's so upsetting. I'm so disappointed. So disappointed. I'm going to be refunding this game. There is absolutely no shadow of a doubt I'm going to be refunding this game. Even before, I didn't see myself playing it for the whole year. Not for hundreds of hours. I've had a couple of hours with this game, and it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. The bug fixes and glitch fixes for the full release aren't going to help this game. The only thing that's going to help this game is if we have a studio and a director that knows what they're doing, and at the moment we don't have that. SI, with this change to Unity, have shot themselves in the foot with a blunderbuss, with a shotgun. They've blown their foot off, and there's no way back for them. That's going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you want to see some other gameplay stuff, then stick around, subscribe. We're just finishing up Death Stranding 2, and we're going to be playing a horror game after that. But I think it's safe to say that I'm not going to be playing any FM on this channel anytime soon. With a game like this, there's absolutely no chance. So if you were coming here looking for more FM stuff, I'm sorry. But we've been met with a game that's absolutely shit. So yeah, I think this is it as far as FM content goes, until SI can pull their fingers out of their asses and create a game that people actually can play, because this is unplayable. I dread to think what FM25 would have been like if they'd have released that. Like, I'd shudder to think. I shudder to think. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.